Hey, what's going on? Chuck T with the Pop Cult Killers. It's day 2 of the Middle of the Map Tattoo Convention. Of course, we got to spend some time with my main man, Aaron Wherry, out of Bakersfield, California. Pretty and Ink Tattoo Shop. How's it going, bud?
It's going great. It's a great event. We've been very busy in the booth, so nonstop. I just ran out here real quick. My client's stencil dries, and then back in it.
See, it's nonstop, especially on Saturday, right? Because
Yeah.
it's crazy right now.
Saturday's always the biggest day. We actually had a great day Friday, so that's awesome. Saturday's just packed, tons of people, and we're just having a great time. So.
All right, so getting prepared. What's it take to get prepared and set up and ready to go halfway across the country for a tattoo convention?
Yeah, it sucks. So we have to pack up the whole studio, put it in boxes.
Yeah.
We do like little travel, like toolboxes basically, and put it on the plane, which this is one of the first times our stuff hasn't been damaged, so that's awesome. But yeah, then we get on the metal tube and fly over here and unpack everything, set up a whole booth, and then we start tattooing. So it is a hassle, but it's always worth it. We travel all over the U.S., and every time we go out, it's always amazing. We get to meet new people. We get to do tattoos that maybe not walk into our shop. So it's a great opportunity, and get surrounded by a bunch of amazing artists. So it's awesome.
How do you get yourself booked for the full weekend? Like, how do you get yourself ready? Because you don't want to just be sitting here with your thumb in your butt.
Yeah, so one of two ways. So Instagram is the biggest thing for tattoo artists. So they promote your Instagram for the show, and then people come on and say, hey, I want to get a piece. Fill out whatever form you have, and then you go from there. But a lot of artists just come ready to work, and they just take walk-ups. So people come to your table, hey, what are you looking to get? And then we go through the process, have that conversation, and then knock it out.
So do you prefer to have a fully booked weekend before you show up? Is that the goal?
That's the goal, yep. And lucky, unlucky, this weekend I had the whole weekend booked, and then a guy that had 2 days booked with me for a full back piece canceled. So it's been great, though, because walk-up people have come in, and I stayed busy. So I have no problem getting work, which has been awesome. And you get to meet people that, if I was working on that, I wouldn't have met. So I have some clients coming in tomorrow, super excited about. Husband and wife are both getting really dope pieces. So had I been working on that other piece, I wouldn't have been able to get to them. So it's great.
Oh, that's kind of adorable. You get to do an adorable tattoo here.
Yeah, that's kind of what I do, really. I do lots of pretty stuff, so it's cool.
So what would you think is the most common spot for people to be getting a piece of ink here at the convention?
Oh, here it's all over the place. It's wild. You can go up and down the aisles, especially in the third row where we're at. You go a little further down, and there's two sides of the booths where bare butts, and they're getting it done. So,
I saw lots of male asses yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm not used
As
to it.
You usually do.
It didn't bother me, but I'm just not used to that many asses hanging out.
There's a lot, yeah. For whatever reason this year, it seems to be more than normal.
I'm not a tattoo expert by any stretch. I got a few myself, but the thought of a couple guys just working on my entire body for the whole day, that kind of sounds like it sucks.
It does for sure. Last year, the winning piece was a full, from neck to pelvic bone, actually onto the leg. And it was dude's first tattoo, and they killed it. The artist did an amazing job, but that poor kid was in a lot of pain. He's 19, 20, 21, whatever, young dude, but he made it, man, and it looked rough though.
If someone rolls up, you got an empty spot, they're going to do a walk-up, and they say, hey, I need you to design something on the fly for me. What's that process like?
Yeah, so that's what I do is custom work. A lot of people now are bringing, two of the artists in my shop brought pre-drawn stuff, so people come and go, oh, I want that, and then they roll with it. My thing is that conversation is hey, I want this phoenix coming out of ashes, blah blah. I go, cool, let me draw this up, and then they come back, go yeah or no, make adjustments, and then we put it on them, and we're good to go. So,
is there anything you won't do when someone rolls up and has a request at one of these conventions?
Yeah, I don't do faces, so placement's one thing, and then there's definitely some things. I've had a couple people hit me up about doing lettering, which I do lettering sometimes, but it's not what I want to do here. So I'm passing on that for this weekend, which is not a big deal. There's lots of people that will do it. It's just personal preference. And then if there is something, sometimes people hit you with wild ideas, just not for me. And that's an artist-to-artist decision. But for the most part, you got an idea, I'll make it happen.
I was about to say, have you ever had to turn anybody down? Either that's not my style, or I'm not putting that on you because I'm going to make a better decision than you, or
right. So I grew up in the when I started in the 90s, whatever walks in the door, you're doing it. So I'm a pretty versatile artist. So I don't usually turn people down. Like I said, we had a couple lettering ones this time, little Roman numerals and stuff, and for me to set up and tear down and get that squeezed in, just wasn't worth my time this time. It's a great idea for a tattoo, just not for me to do. So I did turn a couple of people away for that. But outside of that, I do pretty much whatever. And, obviously some ideas you hear, you're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing, let's go. And then sometimes you might not be as invested, but you still have to give that client the best of your ability. So
Why is lettering so much more difficult?
it's not necessarily difficult. For me, it was a time thing. It would have been quick and easy, but I like to do bigger pieces. And also, especially at these places, usually I get booked because of my color work, and so I'd rather take that time. I don't want to miss out on something else. So if I'm sitting there for that hour doing that lettering, I might miss an opportunity to do something else during that time. So, and that's actually what happened today. I turned down 2 lettering ones, and then somebody came in. Now, if they came in and said, hey, I want to do some lettering, I want to do graffiti style, then we're rolling. You know what I mean? So it just depends
Shocker.
on what people want. And, they have to find the right artist. And that's a big thing, too. Like, you shouldn't just go to any artist. You got to find the match that you're comfortable with. They have quality work, and you got a vibe going, then you're good to go.